What's going on, everybody? Alex here, Nickens Lawn and Landscape. So we are going to be in the market for a new excavator at some point this year, and going into spring I know we're going to be very busy. So I want to take the time today before the season gets started, and we're going to go take a look at a few excavators. Now we're thinking somewhere in the E26 range, maybe up to an E35, somewhere in there, but something that is kind of more focused or more built for the residential landscape that we do, for the retaining walls and the patios, stuff along those lines, pulling out bushes and stuff. But that's really what we're looking for. We are going to take a look at a few different machines here today, so it should be a good video. If any of you are in the market for a new excavator, this should at least give you a head start of to what's out there, what you can look for, and we're also going to talk a little price too, tell you guys what these machines go for. So hang tight, we'll be there in just a few minutes. So we've got the E35 and the E26, and these are kind of the machines that we're looking at, kind of the range that we're looking at. 35 being on the higher side and 26 on the lower side, obviously. But this is kind of where I'm torn between. I like the 35 because of its capabilities and because of just the overall size, what it can do, its breakout force, its reach, all that good stuff. But I also think that the 26 is very appealing because of its lesser weight. And because of its lesser reach, you can get into tighter areas and you can make things happen a little bit easier than you can with the bigger machine. Or you know, you can take out some hand digging with the smaller machine that you can't do with this bigger 35. So let me know in the comments what you guys would recommend. I'm just really kind of torn between these two. There is a 32 that's in between here, but we're kind of going to stay away from that because the price point between that and the 35 is so close that if we are going to make the jump from the 26 to a bigger machine, we're going to go probably to the 35. Now, we're not solely set on a Bobcat here either. We're still kind of up in the air on exactly where we're going to go as far as that goes. We did look at a TB 235, so we're kind of still up in the air on that, but this is the weight range that we're going to go no matter what brand we go with. This is going to be our weight range, but we wanted to show you guys these two machines specifically because they're sitting right next to each other and kind of show you guys the size difference and what you can expect. This 35 being an enclosed cab, 26 being an open cab. This is an excellent comparison to show you what you're going to be looking at if you're looking into these two machines. The 26 being a little smaller, kind of a bare bones machine, the 35 being a bigger, more fully loaded machine. So let's check these things out. Alright guys, so when you're sitting in the machine, you've basically got your joysticks here, which are going to control everything on your boom and on your bucket. And then you've got your two sticks in the middle, which you can also control with your feet. And this is going to be your track motion. For those of you guys that are new to excavators, or if you're not used to Bobcat, this is what you've got to work with. You got your right stick is your right track, obviously, and your left stick is your left track. And then you've got all your motion here. Your blade is going to be over here. Then you've got your throttle right here, which is just a dial, which is nice. And then your key, obviously. This one is your standard instrument panel. It's not the deluxe instrument panel. It's kind of bare bones. Nothing to it. But with that being said, it's got no wiring. This is a very simple machine. It is a long arm, so it's got a little bit longer reach. But it's just, you know, it's a very nice machine, but it is a bare bones machine. It doesn't really have any of the amenities. So let's jump over here to the 35 and see what the difference is. Alright, so getting in here, guys, this machine has a different seat. It's obviously got a lot different feel because I don't have the wind all over me. It's a lot better feel, but it is a lot bigger boom. Just that being out front is a much different feel than it is on the 26 there. But in certain situations that would be a good thing, but then in other situations it's not going to be such a good thing. So just a matter of preference on that. But this is the same as that one as far as your controls. This one does have a few more controls because it has the cab. You've got all your AC and everything down here, your AC and your heat selector, your speed, then you've got your vents. Alright, so this one has a few more bells and whistles to it, so there's obviously a few more switches. Down here you've got all your AC and your heat selectors. This one does have the deluxe instrument panel, which gives you a little bit more information, and this one's also got a radio in it. So I've got a radio back here by my right elbow. This one just got a lot different feel, a lot better feel inside with it having the cab. You just feel a little bit more protected, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But it is a lot bigger stick, a lot bigger machine. With that being said, it weighs a lot more. So going onto our residential properties, this is going to do a lot more damage to the turf than that will. Now they are track machines, so they shouldn't do too much damage really, but this one definitely has a bigger, heavier footprint than that 26 does.
What are the two weights on the 26 and the 35?
This one weighs like 8,000 pounds roughly, I want to say. It probably says it down there, and that one's closer to 5,500 or 6. I don't know, does it say right there? We'd have to look up the specs, and we'll do that.
Chad said 8 and 6.
Okay, and yeah, we're going to be following up a lot on this, guys. This is not going to be the first video on this. We got to try to narrow this down, and I want to help anybody that's looking at an excavator as well. It's a big decision. These things are a lot of money. I did tell you I'll talk price. This machine we're sitting in here is in the 60, 65 ballpark, somewhere in there. I don't know the exact number. We're in that range, and the 26 is more in the 50, 55 ballpark. So there is quite a bit of difference there in price. I would say it's probably like a 12 grand difference. If you were going to go cab for cab or open cab for open cab, you're probably looking at 10, 12 grand difference. So it is a lot of money, but the capabilities on this 35 are bigger, but again, you're limited as to the small area jobs, which is what we do a lot of. Those of you guys that follow us, you know what we do. We do a lot of tight area stuff, a lot of residential stuff, patios, walkways, plantings, rock, walls, all that good stuff. So the smaller machine would be nice, but I know there would come a time eventually where we would have to go rent a bigger machine.
Here's an E32, guys. For those of you guys that are in the market, this is a very similar machine to the 35. It's not zero tail swing, and this one has the Extend-A-Hoe on it. So this could definitely be a plus, and I think this is part of the reason that that these guys sell. They have some options, but it's basically the same as the 35 on the inside. Super nice. It's got the nicer seat as well. If you're looking at Bobcats, get this seat.